You know, big game. Isn't this great, eh? Look at this behind me, not a good thumbnail, that. It's a crack of that. Except for this here. So if I put that away, you wouldn't be able to wear me, if you know what I mean. Anyway, it's good to see you all. And let's get this show on, eh? Let's get it. There's some things, isn't there? There's some things, honestly, that's going on. Really going on, about the Reds. All these, I don't know, I can't get my head around some pods. I'm not going to watch them anymore. I only put them on for a few minutes. And then it's all the bickering, it's all the rumours, the rumour mill. And one thing that we're not doing, this is, I really believe this, we're not going after a DM, a number 6. And I think that's a bad mistake. I really do. We know our football, we know what's good for the team. We know what positions to go after. But the point is, and that, well, you mightn't even agree with me or many others as well, that we do need a DM. We really do. Because they were cutting through us. That's why we were letting in so many goals last season. They were just cutting through us. They really were. I don't know whether you'll agree with me. But anyway, let's see. Youssef, I was arguing with a few online fans about their charges, I'm sorry. They keep comparing themselves being owned to the Sheik to us being owned by Littlewoods in the 60s. Well, it depends how you look at it, Youssef. You've got to look at it like this. About the owners. Now, the owners, you've got to be honest with yourself. They haven't invested, really. People keep saying on other pods, and, oh, look what they've done to the new stand. We paid for that. Liverpool Football Club paid for that. Not them. Not them. Look what they've done to the new facilities, training facilities up in Kirby. We paid for that along with AXA. AXA sponsored it. This is what you've got to look at. Or what about the new stand, the new money? We paid for that. We paid for it. And the investment on the pitch is diabolical. It really is. I keep reiterating. The greatest example is after we won the Champions League, or was it the Champions League? We didn't invest in a midfielder for 4 years. Think about that. I was screaming out for 2 then. Get 2 midfields, get 2 quality mids in. I'll just go through these boys and girls, if you're there. I don't get the comparison. Look, when David Moyes decided to sell and Sheikh Maktoum came in for him, DIC came in for him, and they were going to buy the club. Everybody, and I mean everybody, was made up. And I'm talking about every Liverpool fan. There was no talk about sand, oil, Middle East, or anything. And I always remember Stuart Findler's, whatever his name is. And he was on a beach in Dubai. And he was reporting for Look Northwest, BBC. And he was picking up sand. He was sitting on the beach. He said, the sheikh has got more money than this sand. And everybody was made up. And we know what happened there. So, you know, it's how you take it. It really is. It's how you take it. Let's be honest. If there would have been investment, a lot of investment on the pitch, instead of selling our best players, being honest here, we would have won a lot more, and I mean a lot more than what Riyadh won. Love the thumbnail, Frank. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. It really is good. I'll try and move this a bit. Get the birds in. Yeah. I don't want to move it too far away, you see. The little mic. How cool is that? Hey. The other bird there as well. 3 birds. Brilliant. Love them. Did you know a German sculpted them called Bernard Bartels? And they were put up in 1912. Stand 30 foot high, you know, 34 foot high. Believe it or not. 34 foot. And you know what? When World War One broke out, Carl Bernard Bartels, the sculptor, was arrested and sent to the Isle of Man as an alien. True that. I was invited down there when the Bartle family came over in 1912. No, 2012. Not giving me age away there, 1912. When they came out for the centenary of the birds going up. And I was invited down. Nice family. Really nice family. And they knew about him being arrested. But he was the very first German to be repatriated back home. And Yusuf says, how rich were Littlewoods? I know what you mean. They were very rich, millionaires. And in those days, you didn't really have millionaires owning clubs. You're talking about Everton. Then David Moyes took over. David Moyes was done well. We have to admit he done well. He got the clock going, like, you know, not extended it, but he made it better. And then he got the Annie Road done, and also the Kenny Dalglish stand. And he was still buying players. But unfortunately, Abramovich came along, Chelsea owner, and he had all the money, and then there was someone else, and he went, I can't compete. So he decided to sell. But the biggest regret, David said, unfortunately he's passed on now, but the biggest regret when he said an apology in the Liverpool Echo, and he said, I'm so sorry to all the Liverpool fans about Hicks and Gillette result. He apologised because he knew that we were going down. Did apologise. Evening, Frank. Hope you've been feeling okay since we last spoke. Yeah. I've got this debilitating illness called precardiac itis, something like that. Precardiac itis. Loss of breath, as they say. So I can't walk far. Got it? Something wrong. We were the highest spenders in the 1970s through to the 80s. Exactly, and that's what I just said. No, I never just said it, but David Moores was selling, buying. I'm making out for you better. Think about it. And he just said, I haven't got the money to compete to buy players anymore. I mean, spending big money. But you're right. You're so right, Yusuf. I'm the same, Frank. Some pods are annoying. It's the same old, same old. Yeah, same old, yeah. It's all it's the meaningless rhetoric that's coming out. 1 minute they're all for something, then the next minute they're against it. And I don't know. I don't like to. I just don't like to talk. I just don't like to talk about them, and because they are annoying. Some of them are so annoying. Stephen Snape, evening, Mr. C. Evening, Mr. Snape. When he first came to Liverpool, and he was looking for this road, and someone said, "You've only got to look for Frost Building." This is true. You've only got to look for Frost Building. And anyway, he found the Frost Building, or he was told it had sound there. And then he asked another person. He said, "Do you know where Frost Building is?" The fellow went, "Yes, by Iceland." He said, "I thought he was taking the piss." It's by Iceland. He said, "I really thought he was taking the piss." I thought that was so funny. I like little funny mad things. Francine said, "Are you having a show on Tuesday?" I said, "Yeah." So she said, "Can I come on it?" And I went, "Yeah." I said, "But you've got to say you're coming on it and don't not show up as you usually do." She said, "No, come on." She's doing a gig somewhere tonight. I'm in a clue. Comedy. Blimey. Good to see you up and juggling again. Thank you, Stephen. Oh, Chris Tix. Yusuf, no way if you read about Shanks, how he had to fight to get players from the board. Yeah, because he said, you can imagine what he's saying today, in all honesty. You can imagine. Oh, Daz, did you get the notification before? He's asking. We pay for everything, players and all. Redbird is so right. We pay for everything. And Jazz, I've not checked as I rarely go on Twitter, but I will check it. Yeah, I saying it, look, it's sneaking up. Not that. And Jazz says, "Love the backdrop, Frank." Yes. Isn't it good? Isn't it good, though? It's good. Well, Jake hated that, by the way. Paul Taylor says, to say I'm apprehensive about the future is an understatement, Frank. Well, I just mentioned you, JK.
Say again, bro?
I just mentioned you. And what it was that everyone's liking the backdrop, the thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, I said, "Oh, it's JK, put that up."
Nice one.
Isn't that good?
It looks amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
It goes with me red face.
Yeah. All red.
Exactly. I'll just blend in with it, you know.
Yeah. How you feeling, bro? Everything good?
I'm still, you know, as I said, I've got this pre-cardiacitis, whatever that is. I'm still out of breath. I should have seen me today. I was mopping the floor, as you say, I've got one of them squeezy things, you mop the floor. Blimey, it nearly killed me. And I can't make my bed anymore. I have to wait for Francine to come down to do the bed simply because it's like, even before, when I was all right, it was like a half an hour workout, with that bloody duvet. So I have to wait for her to come down to do it, I just can't do it anymore. And I'm supposed to go to a party on Saturday night.
Okay.
I don't know whether to go or what.
Nah, it'll be good. You should go, bro.
You reckon? Francine said that.
Yeah.
I said, do you want to come with me? And she said, I'll bring you down, Dad, but I don't want to go too. I said, oh. But, she might come on. I said, well, I'll pay for you to get your hair done. So she went, oh, all right then, I might go. But anyway, Paul Taylor says, I'm just going to go through these. If you don't mind, JK, please. To say I'm apprehensive about the future is an understatement, Frank. That's what he says. Daz says, on YouTube, I mean, Redbird, off mine. Yeah, look, see. That's Daz. Norman. Hiya, Frank in chat.
Hiya, Norman.
And they're all talking now to one another. They're all talking to them. Yeah, look. Oh, that's nice. Redbird saying, how'd you do? No, no. We are in a very good position with FFP rules, so we can afford a top DM. We can afford more than a top DM.
Yep.
That's what I said before when I first started, to be honest. I said, Liverpool, apparently, and journalists, sports journalists, and people who you can trust, said that we're actually not going after the DM. And I think a DM it's a priority to me because it was just the way we were leaking goals in last season. They were cutting through us. They were cutting through us. I'll get back to you on that because I know you favour the DM. I know you favour it. They're all talking to themselves. The unfair role. Good evening, Frankie and guests, and all of the chat. Yes.
Bless the Anfield Roll.
Sidonia. Good evening, Frank. David Moores was a good owner, always helped the manager. Spot on there, Norman. That's what I tried to talk about there. And look, the Redbirds giving beers away. Never give any beers to me, though, did it? Or you. Marvellous, isn't it? Look, they're all talking to one another. Yeah, the Redbirds, they are serial clickbaiters, Frank, but the dum-dums love it. I'm glad you said that, and honestly, I am, Redbird. I'm not just saying that, by the way. I'm really not. They are serial clickbaiters. They are. Paul Baker, Paul, yeah. Good evening, Frank. Disappointed club voted to accept VAR. Some of the decisions were against us. They are not listening to fans again. Yes, they're not listening. They never listen to us. They really don't.
I think Wolves were the only ones who voted against it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Daz says, Frank, JK Kiz, is JK, is he on his way? Yeah, there he is there. Love it when Francine is with you. You got class girl there, says the red bird. Yeah, she said, I said to her, she was, when was I talking to? Yesterday? No, today. And she said, are you having your show tonight? And I said, yeah. So she said, I said, you want to come on? She said, I'm doing a gig tonight. She said, but I'll definitely, I said, don't say that if you're coming on and you don't. I said, you make a fool out of me. She said, no, Dad, I will. I'll definitely come on. So she'll be on Tuesday with us. And thank you, Red Bird, for that. Thank you. She knows her football, just Francine. She always arguing with me now. Bloody argues about anything, Francine, with me.
She knows the football, for sure.
Yeah. But she says we need a number 6, by the way.
I think majority of the chat the last show was saying we need a number 6, you know. I think you've seen it last season how we badly needed a DM.
We just got Exactly. And even you on the running, JK on the running was saying we need a DM to sustain what we've got, you know, going after the club and going after the league especially. Because we were there. We were the forerunners once. Remember, it's up to us. That's what we were saying. It's up to us now to maintain the form. But besides the DM, which we didn't get, you know, there was other foibles as well that spoiled the broth, shall we say. And you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And yet, what's so effing well phony about it is this. Mr. Slot hasn't even made an appearance, you know, to say, hey, you know, what I'm saying is coming on and giving a press conference or whatever, saying, oh, yeah, I'm here now, this is my plans, if you know what I mean. And he's never done it. And they reckon he's not going to do it until the end of this month or in July. So we have to keep on bloody well guessing as usual.
I think it'll be done after the Euros.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's still wrong though, JK, you know, let's be honest.
Yeah.
If I was the Liverpool manager now, I'd have well made it. Yeah. I would have gone on and said, you know, thank you for, you know, being a Liverpool manager and whatever. I hope you fans, I know you are the greatest in the world, that you get behind me and the team. I hope you do that for me next season. Nothing.
But I think, like I was saying, he wasn't shy to hide it that he was sort of going for the job, you know. That's why I find it sort of strange that he hasn't really come out and said officially he's going to be, he's the manager, you know.
Exactly. And the point is, he was coming out though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
During our running, saying I want to be the Liverpool's next manager.
Exactly. At the time, we didn't really need him to say that, actually.
No, you know? It should have been kept under wraps until the last day when Jurgen left. And, you know, even like the following week, give a week that Jurgen had left, come out and say, here's our new manager. But you know why I think they did it? Being honest here, I think they did it to soften the blow rather than come out the day after Klopp left or whatever, a week after Klopp left and said, aren't Slot's our new manager? Everyone would have gone, who the F is he? He would have gone, who the F is he? That's what they would have done. So I think they've come out and said it to soften the blow so that it's like anything. Things are soon forgotten. if you know what I mean. Frustration and anger subsides as time goes on, if you know what I mean. If you get me drift, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Turner. Evening, JK. Hope you're okay.
Evening, Paul. All good.
The outfield raw. Evening, JK. Big up,
Evening,
bro.
Anfield, bro.
The Scottish Bear. Hi, Frank. You're looking well and spring. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking well. Do you look like a blooming flower?
That's what I was trying to say.
JK, you've done us proud with that thumbnail. There you go, Redbird says.
Thanks for that, bro.
Yeah, told you there. I said you did it. Told you that, mate. I loved that as soon as I seen it. Well, wow, look at that. You've done well there. That's the best one I've seen. It's the finest backdrop. It's the finest backdrop I've seen, you know. I'm going to keep it.
Sorted.
Sorted.
It's nice and red. It's very boisterous, I would say.
And you've got the birds.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the beautiful birds. That's what's on our... It's here. The birds. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. TW, greetings, JK.
Greetings, bro.
Norman. Hiya, JK.
Hiya, Norman.
Daz, bless JK, mate. Gerard looks well.
Bless us.
Oh, that's lovely. And Daz says, Scottish Bear, big up, bro. Jamie is live saying, thanks a lot, Daz. They're all going, they're all leaving me for Jamie. Yusuf, how elite was our scouting system back? Oh, it was brilliant. We got Ian Rush from Chester when he was a teenager. Our scouting system was incredible.
Yeah.
Even from the Shankly days. And, going to the 70s and the 80s. They were incredible. Don't forget about Jan Mulvey as well, the Great Dane. He was snatched. And that's a scouting system. Listen to me. Just, not talking to you, JK. Talking to the chat. Look, and I know, I don't go along with stats. I go along with them, what I see. And if I see a good footballer, I go, he's good. It's like now, let's pick a player. Let's pick young Downs, for example. Let's pick him, young Downs. I think he's going to be a terrific player. I seen young Bradley and young Gerald Quansah. And when I seen those three lads, I went, Bradley, I said, he's going to be good. Seen him when he came into the first, I said, he's good. He's good. And when I seen young Quansah, I went, he's good. And it's proved right. And this is why I say about young Downs. First time I seen him, he's good, that lad. He's going to be sensational. I'm telling you now. He's going to be at that level. I'll give you an example who I said wouldn't make it. And I think I've been proved right. And that's young, remember Brewster? Mm-hmm. I said he's not going to make it. Wasn't good enough. And young Woodburn, I said, he's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the level that we want. It's not the level. Because Liverpool are a certain level. A certain level. And it's incredible. At the level that we want.
Yeah, I think when we look at the two players, Bajcetic and the Scottish lad, who's injured again.
Joke.
Yeah.
Joke.
Yeah, he got injured again with Scotland, by the way.
I know. I think he's injury pro. I really do. Sorry, okay.
I was just saying, like, when we hype them two guys up so much, actually both of them haven't really done anything. And
No.
Bradley and Kwanzaa, no one ever talked about them really. Those two came in, no hype, done the job. And that's why I don't really like hyping up the youth players, you know. I think the hype comes when they do the thing on the pitch.
When they do the things on the pitch.
Simple as. And that's why I'm really happy to see Kwanzaa and Bradley come in, no noise, just get on with it. And now look at them. I think we've got a good, those two have got a good future.
Well, that's why I said about Downs, you see, because we know what Kwanzaa's all about. We know what Bradley's all about. Right? We know about them. We can rely on them at the level that we need. That's what I'm saying. And I see young Downs. Potentially as a great player for Liverpool Football Club. That's it. I never mentioned Dope, did I? I didn't. People are saying, oh, you never even mentioned Bajcetic. Didn't mention him. I didn't because he played well. How many games? And he was saying, yeah, because we were in such a bad way with injuries. And then, he gets injured. And he's been all last season. And I'm talking about the season before. And then, they were all going on about this young Joe. And what happens? He gets injured. And he's out, we don't see him. And then you just turn around and said he's got injured again. Playing for Scotland. So, is he injury pro as a young kid?
Yeah. It's not good. I'm not sure what the injury is, if it's the same injury he had last season. But I know he's been sent home with the Scotland camp. I was actually sort of excited to see maybe he'll get a subs appearance for the Scotland team. I thought, okay, he might be able to show what the world was he about. But after reading that news yesterday, I was gutted. I was like, come on, how long is he going to be injured for now? Will he be ready for next season coming up? So that's the thing with injuries. Some can plague you. And hopefully he isn't that type of guy to be injured all the time, Doak. But for me, the youth players, I like Bobby Clark.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Clark, for me, is probably one of my favourites because of his tenacity in the middle of the park. I see how he fights for the ball, and I like that in a midfielder. So for me, Bobby Clark is up there. I'm not really 100% a big fan of Dan's up top yet.
Really?
Maybe not yet. I think he's good, I can't really judge him like he scored, He's a big lad as well. So I want to see a bit more, maybe fluency in his running, maybe. Because we can't really judge a guy because like Kwanzaa and Bradley, they've had enough games. At the end of the season, Kwanzaa was number one choice after Van Dijk to partner him. So, so we can say, yep, he's a good player. I think the other lad, even Elliott now, I think he's a regular.
Yeah.
He finished the season off well as well. Elliott was hyped, but he got on with it. And that's what I like about Elliott. I think him being a Liverpool fan helps him a lot. He wants to win the games as being a fan. So he knows the score on that side. So
well, yeah, I agree with you there because when you look at Liverpool fans, when you see the likes of Trent, for example. Now, Trent is a Liverpool fan, and he's been with us since he was a baby. And when Klopp nurtured him. I think Klopp, he was playing for the under twos, I think, or something. In nappies, you know. He went over to him. He said, I believe he bent down to him and went, "You're going to play for Liverpool and me one day." That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a kid never forgets that.
Yeah.
You see, you know that. You know, if anyone says anything to you like that, wow, you know,
Mm-hmm.
especially being at the academy. And look, you know, he bawled his eyes out when he was leaving on the 10.
Yeah. But that was that. When I seen Trent crying that day, that hurt. You know what I mean? Even a tear probably came out of my eyes, man. It was like he's gonna miss him. You know.
Yes. Yes.
Klopp is the father figure out of all the coaches. I would say he's the number one father figure. I would say out of Ancelotti, Pep, and all these
Oh
other
yeah.
guys. You know, I think
Oh
Klopp's
yeah.
the one guy you can just be yourself around him, and yeah, I think he's that father figure, and I hope that's why with this new guy coming in, he doesn't give me that feeling yet. He doesn't give me that feeling straight away. As soon as I seen Jurgen's coming in back in the days when he came in, I just knew we got a good guy here. We're gonna win. So this new guy, he has to sort of show us fans what he's all about. He hasn't got that same sort of air that Klopp had when he came in. You know.
Well, that's the problem, and
Yeah.
this is what I think it's worrying fans. It's worrying me. Must worry
Mm-hmm.
you.
Oh, big. It is
I'm
actually.
not, but I'm not expecting you to agree with me. You know, you've got your own opinion. I'm not expecting the chat to agree, but it's got to be a worrying sign. I didn't want to go into a transition period. I did not want to come into another transition period like we did last season. I really don't. But we've got a new manager now, and we've got to see how he controls players
Mm-hmm.
who we'd like to bring in. And what else I was told that he can't even bring in any players he fancies. It could be a good one actually, because he might have wanted to buy, you know,
Blue power players, yeah.
yeah, final
Yeah.
players who mightn't be good enough.
You
If you
know,
know
I
what
was just thinking that like Klopp was with us for 9 years, but when you look at the old days of football, managers would stay nearly a decade. It would be like an average sort of thing, like a decade.
yeah.
Like Fergie was at United, how many years?
Oh,
20 something.
yes. I mean,
Wenger
that's
as well. So Klopp could have stayed longer, I believe. So for me, there must have been something that was going on behind the scenes that sort of upset him over the years, you know. And
yeah.
the answer was 2 days later, Edward saying, "I'm coming back." They gave us the answer, you know. So there you go.
I know, and you know that's well. Apparently, it's Edwards and Hughes who are going to look and buy at the players. You know, buy the players.
Yeah.
Hughes, Bournemouth manager.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not. I don't know much about Richard Hughes, but I just hope that he looks. I hope he's not looking. And people say he went after Mbappe. Well, they can go and F off for saying that. Absolutely pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that he doesn't look at players. He might still have the mindset of Bournemouth, and you know think that a player will be good enough for for Liverpool, like a Bournemouth player, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking at Bournemouth player today. I'm looking at how he sees another player. He'll go, he'll do us.
Yeah, I know what you
And
mean.
might be all right for Bournemouth, but not us because we're a totally different level
Yeah.
from Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
We're the finest British team in Europe, the best British team in Europe. We've
Yeah.
proved it
Yeah.
6 times. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
Has he got his Bournemouth sunglasses on or his Liverpool sunglasses on? That's the
There
question.
you go. There you go. This is what I was trying to say.
But I just feel they're like bargain hunters, and bargain hunters will go to every shop.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think Hughes is just the name they put there, just in case it was pear shaped. They can't blame Edwards; they can blame him.
And you can't blame Slot as well.
Yeah, he could be in the firing line as well.
He'll be the fall guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely the fall guy there for some reason.
And for me, he should protect himself, you know, be involved in the players he wants to get, because I don't want them to have personality clashes. I think Klopp did that very well.
Yeah.
He knew the guy who's going to come in. He'll get to know him, maybe have a dinner with him, whatever, and then decide if he wants to sign him. Because he didn't really have any personality clashes with players bar Sacco. Yeah.
Well, Norman, get on to this. When I visit you next season, Frank, I will bring apple crumble and rhubarb crumble pie.
Perfect.
Because he brought me a cake his wife made. He said, yeah, that's for you. That's all. You know, his wife.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you. It's not half heavy. And when I cut it, I bought some custard. I thought you'd have it with custard. And he said to me on the thing, you know, he said, people have it with butter. So I said, oh, okay. So I tried it with butter. Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Mamma mia. Yeah, really. Buona mangiare. Honestly, lovely, lovely eating. Anyway, I'll do digress. Shame Chester went bankrupt in 2010. Same says Yusuf. Yeah. Even in Frank and JK and chatterboxes.
Evening, Ian. Nice to see you, bro.
Stephen Snape. One reason Slot's been appointed is his reputation for working on a low net spend. Don't expect any shopping at Harrods. It'll be B&M as it's been under FSG. We can hardly salivate our perspective. We can't lick our lips, to be honest. So you're right there, Stephen. You're absolutely right. You're so right. Jeez. Norman says, was anyone see Douglas Lewis from Villa? JK.
Good player. Depends on the fee always, you know. It's weird, you know what, football fans, it's so weird. We act like it's our money. You know, when we say it depends on the fee, and realistically, we should want our owners to pay money, big money. You know, they've got it there. But it's still, we protect them by saying it depends on the fee. It's like when you support Liverpool, really support Liverpool, you come out with comments like, depends on the fee. Even though our owners are pretty tight. It's mad. But for me, Douglas Luiz had a good last season.
Be like that though, JK, as you know.
Yeah.
Be like that. You know, if anyone says you think we should go after such a body, and we know that he's a great player, you know, yeah, we should. Instead of saying, oh, it depends on the fee. It depends on the fee. That's a good point, though, actually. Mary Stein. Greetings, Mr. Star Frank. Hope you're okay. Did you see the shared video with George and Gordon Wallace? Yeah. Have you seen this, though, Mary? I don't know whether you know about this. There's me and Jürgen. That's when I played for Liverpool.
First signing for club?
Yeah, first signing. I was the DM. And then he put me into as a playmaker, and it was absolutely fantastic, as you know, JK. It was unbelievable. And I remember I think it was Ginny Wijnaldum, who had the ball and he put it over, and it did a flying header. And it went right in the top corner, left-hand corner in the cup. And everybody was up. And they all ran over and all jumped on me back as I was lying on the floor like that, with a big mud patch there, after heading it. And I done my back in, couldn't play anymore.
Retired there and then?
Retired there and then. So instead of being with Jürgen, I'm on my own now. I'm on my own.
That's a good one. Quality pictures. Yeah.
I think Jürgen liked me because of my glasses. Remember when I broke my glasses, he decided to get his lasers done because he didn't want to wear glasses because Frank didn't wear glasses. Frank got his glasses broke. But that's another story. The Redbird says, I would like Lewis. Ian Mack. Douglas Lewis is a decent player. And even Norman says, I rate him. I really rate him.
Yeah, the top season last season.
Yeah. And Lee the Whiz Kid. Hi, Frank, JK, chat. Hope you're all well. Yes.
Bless, bro. Lee. I love his name, Lee Whiz Kid. Top name.
Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah.
The Whiz Kid. The Whiz Kid. Snappy FSG likes to spend Poundland money on players. It's the Redbird. Yeah. So does well, don't forget that Arnie, he spent 30 million on 15 players. 30 million euro on 15 players. What they made.
Yeah.
Where he got them from? He got them out of Poundland. The Anfield Roar says, I watched Darwin last night for Uruguay. He was outstanding. I've seen the highlights. Mm-hmm. And I have decided to give the lads another year. Well, you'd be pleased with that, won't you, JK?
Yeah, Darwin, one of my favourite players. I just like his cheekiness, attitude and energy, It's weird, I did the thumbnail for the show and it was Darwin on there.
Do you know what, JK? What surprised me as well, what the Anfield Roar said, he had to come through a ruck of players to get beyond them. I think it was his second goal, I'm not quite so sure, to put it in, to slide it in. And if he kept that mentality, and stay on side, he'd score a hell of a lot of goals, He would, and do a lot of assists as well. He would, I'm telling you now.
Third season, I think he plays a different formation with Uruguay. So maybe if we change formation from the standard 4-3-3, maybe he will change his game. Better suited for him. Yeah.
I make us a brief, right? You made last week was the one you made last week was brilliant. Just past the screen. That's what I mean. I had a Big Red come and see me yesterday, all the way from New Zealand. And Ariotti, and he said to me, do us a favour, Frank. I said, what's that? He said, make me one of your famous cups of tea. And I went, okay. And he thoroughly enjoyed it. He said, that is good. Isn't that nice?
Nice.
You're not going to believe it. Right. He's come up here. He went to the, around the grounds and that. He's made up. And he's going on his holidays. And I said, well, where are you going? I thought it was going to be somewhere exotic. He's going to Wales, all the way from New Zealand, go to Wales.
Okay. Yeah, but
Because
Wales.
go on.
No, Wales has its spots. That's nice, you know. So.
Oh, I'm not decrying it. Really, I'm not decrying Wales at all. It's a beautiful country. Why I think he's going is, you know, that New Zealand is famous for its sheep,
Mm-hmm.
and Wales is famous for its sheep.
Okay.
And I said to him, did you bring your wellies?
Mm-hmm.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
Norman's saying it always raining in Wales. Yeah.
Did you bring your wellies? I think the Scousers know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
The Scousers know. David Long's brother. Is the bear's not back from Mars yet, or is he scouting for a new GM for the? He's doing both. But you know, we got a message off him saying about these aliens looking. You know, he's looking for a GM. He said these aliens are crap. You know, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing. So you know, we might just go off to one of the moons of Jupiter. Might do. I don't know. Or you know, come back and do a quick whiz around the Earth and zoom off again, like Fireball XL5, if you remember that. Paul Turner. That should be a priority for a GM first. Don't want to see McAllister playing there in that role again.
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on that?
100%. I just feel McAllister wasted there. He's not fast enough, also, but he is tenacious in tackles. He wins a lot of duels when the ball is really close to him. He gets stuck in. I've seen it all last season. But I'm thinking you're sort of jeopardizing his creative side because of that, and also it's a gamble. Imagine he gets hurt and he's out for the season playing that position. You know, I think DMs are mentally stronger. They've played that position their whole life, so when they go into tackles, they're sort of mentally ready for that tackle. So I was a bit scared sometimes. McAllister, he got a lot of fouls against him. And he'd be on the floor for a minute or so, and you're thinking, oh. But for me, wasted in that position.
And that penalty he should have had.
Yeah,
Remember?
against Man City, yeah. Crazy.
That was a penalty. That's where it's phony. That's where it's phony.
And also, Liverpool voting for VAR. Who made that decision? I don't really understand that. You know, we need to send them that picture I've got of McAllister getting karate kicked in the box. I said, you're in favour of these people? I'm like, I don't understand it.
But the ref said it hit his toe, the ball.
Come on.
Everyone said it didn't hit him at all. You know, he just kicked McAllister and that was it. It hit his toe, you know. It's so annoying.
Okay, we send them the Odegaard basketball demo in the box. Remember that one? Where Odegaard, he didn't handball it once. He was sort of hugging the ball.
Exactly.
And he's a Liverpool fan, Odegaard. I think he was trying to show us, please sign me from Arsenal. Yeah, but ridiculous, yeah.
Because when I was looking, I said, he moved it away. It never struck us. He moved it away out of the danger zone. He moved it with his hand like that.
Yeah.
Shocking, he says. Shocking. The Redbird says, raw, if Darwin is used right, he will cook over arm. And players need to get the ball to him and constantly look for Salah, in my opinion. That's not dissing the Egyptian king. Get the ball to him rather than Mo.
Yeah. I think sometimes we do pass too much to Salah. Yeah, he's a top player. But I think sometimes we need to mix it up a little bit. And I think being a number 9 in the team, you should be the focal point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And as the TW says, Frank, I wouldn't mind that lad who plays DM for full, a right enforcer. That's Paulina, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind him at all. He'd be great for us, in other words. He would be great for us.
I think that we should have got him this time last year.
Yes.
Yeah. We would have won the league, no problem.
But the money wasn't. The money was there, but it wasn't there, if you know what I mean.
Well, we bid for Casado at the same sort of time. You know, so the money's there. I just feel that they didn't really care about that position enough. Hence why we got Endo. So
well, he had to, because that was. I don't care what anyone says to me. You know, with their opinions. You know, because everyone has their own opinions. That was a panic buy.
Mm-hmm.
That was a panic buy,
yeah,
and a cheap panic buy, but it worked out well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Mellow bloody saga.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't like that at all. And the Redbird says, Slot has obviously been told by the club to wait to give his first interview, in my opinion. Then again, he is on his alls at the moment. I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah, he's been told since the first contact between the clubs of what to do, I believe.
Well, all right, so I'll ask you, JK, and I'll ask the chat. It's only what Anfield Ross said. Okay. I'll read it out again. Redbird says, definitely. The glaring difference. Oh, sorry there. No, I'm sorry there. I want to get back to that. Right. What Redbird said. Excuse me. Slot has obviously been told by the club to wait to give his first interview, in my opinion. Then again, he is on his own. He's on his holidays at the moment. Okay, so he's on his holidays. But the language there is this. Obviously told by the club to wait and give his first interview. Now, was he told to come out on television as we were going for the quad to say, I want to be Liverpool's next manager? That's what I want to ask you, JK, and I want to ask the chat. Was he told?
100%. Because if they told him you cannot say nothing until the season's over and Jurgen's left, he wouldn't have said anything. So no. I think they've sort of allowed him to say it. You know, just to mess up. It's hard to explain. Like mess up our season, mess up what we Klopp. Very strange decision making behind the scenes for me. And not.
Well, it's like any profession. If you're like like take me for example, and I was leaving over something, something that happened. I know that I was a good lecturer. Honestly, I'm not just saying that, and people will say that I was excellent what I did. And all of a sudden, someone had come into my tutorial and gone like that. I'd be taking over him and walk out and shut the door. How do you think I'd feel?
Exactly.
See, it's like you at your job. Someone came in and went, I'm taking over him. And we walked out. It's like anything. I just want your opinion on that, chat. Honestly, I just want your opinion. Not on me, but, was he told to make an appearance on television to say, I want to be the Liverpool next manager?
And in in line to get an Oscar for a documentary you've made, for example. That's what we were. Klopp was in a position to win the league.
Yeah.
So, very peculiar ways to do the way they did all that topic there. For me, the Klopp topic, it messed up our season. Simple as. Yeah.
Okay. And the Anfield Road says he's answering the Redbird. Definitely, my friend, the glaring difference with Uruguay to our side, the wingers fed him all the time and they hit him. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, blimey, I've got a bloody itchy nose. You know, this is an half go itchy, you know.
Pollen? Hay fever, maybe?
What?
Do you get hay fever?
Do you know what? It's strange. I've never suffered from it. And do you know, like lately, the last couple of years, been sitting outside because we've got no garden. You have to sit by the bloody bin shed.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting there, and I do sneeze. And I always thought it was like, the flies and the bees, buzzing around and bloody wasps. I thought it was the pollen from them that made me sneeze. So it could be, actually. I just don't know. I know that pollen's everywhere, and that's what gives you hay fever. And I don't know. I don't know whether they have it, but it's always been itchy lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's around here. I do digress. Sorry, people. That's a good shout by the Anfield Road to Redbird.
Yeah.
About Darwin. Slot hasn't got a plan. He is waiting for Fenway's instructions. Sorry if this upsets anyone, but I can't swallow his appointment. Bad vibes, says Murray. Montenegrin girl.
Yeah, he's waiting for. He's been told what to do, when, and everything. So, as I was saying before, if they told him not to say anything until the season's over, he wouldn't have said anything. But they've allowed him to say, "I'm going to be the new Liverpool manager." So,
well, on one of the pods, someone said, just came out and said, he's a yes man. He's a yes man. That's what they wanted, and that's what we've got. That was just a comment someone made.
yeah, he's won the manager lottery, hasn't he? He was at Feyenoord. All of a sudden, he's at Liverpool. Come on. Madness.
Apparently, Slot's name is pronounced as Slut in Dutch. Hello, Slut. Hello, Slut. Lord, does that mean we will all be slutters? Who's a put a T there? It would have been slutters. I hope there's no girls in the cup. Yeah, there's a slutter. I didn't mean that. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not sexist or anything. Mary Stan. Darwin shows what he can do if things are worked well. I think he is also an emotive man. Maybe public criticism got in after his injury. That's a good point, though, isn't it?
I believe it did get to him at the end of the season, 100%. Yeah. You don't do that. For me, as a Liverpool fan, you don't do that on social media.
No.
You just don't do that. You don't do that.
No. We get behind the players. No matter who it is. Even I always remember Ronnie Rosenthal. God, blimey. Jeez, that's Sean Dundee. And I was, been watching old games. And do you know what I was watching today? It was only the highlights. The Roma game And when we beat them 5-2, and Allison was in goal for Roma, he made some terrific saves, you know. Some terrific saves. And Mane, over yet he scores in the game, he missed sitters, glaring goals. He missed. Could have been a cricket score, really.
Yeah.
But, you know. And we got beaten Rome, didn't we? Remember when they scored 2 in the last 50 seconds or something? That was mad. Norman, just on Nunes, if Klopp could not get the best out of him, why would Slut, okay, maybe a new voice, but I'm not sure Slut will be able to teach him anything Klopp didn't. Only my opinion. We've said, though, haven't we, JK, how different there's no one to touch Klopp for man management. Nobody.
No.
Nobody. Nobody at all. Yeah, Jeff 20 when I spoke about him, he was one of the best scouts ever. An incredible man. Played for Liverpool, actually. Played left hand. Number 6, Jeff 20. Became a scout and was unbelievable. Some of the finds he made. I think he got Ian Rush. I think he got Rushy, you know, the likes of him. Incredible player. And the Anfield Roar says, Murray Stanley was fantastic last night, played central, running behind all the time, ripped Mexico. But that's what I said to you before, JK. He was playing, you know, the onside game, if you know what I mean, rather than the offside game. And he was incredible. He was.
There you go.
And he went off injured.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, so he came off, I think, in the 64th minute. Not quite so sure.
Okay.
But he could have scored more. And Mexico were not a bad side, you know. But tricky little players. So they weren't like no bums. Ian Mack. Any truth in those Edison rumours, GM for Atalanta? Rumours he's going to be Slut's first signing. JK?
Like I was saying on last week's show, I'm a fan who don't really get behind rumours until the guy is there with a shirt at the training ground, brick wall behind him, you know, that way. But for me, rumours are going to be coming every day. And then I heard another rumour the other day that from James Pearce, I think, that Slot's not going to really buy a lot of players.
Yeah.
So we're in that
phase. Do you know when I asked you that question? Do you know when I went like that, you know, read the comments out and I said, JK, was you drinking a cup of, was you having a swig of a tea or something? Because you went, I'm sorry I said it. You did. But Edison is good, the Atalanta lad. Whether it's different. It's different, you know. Klopp's gone. Would we have the pulling power? They're in the Champions League now, Atalanta, you know.
Yeah.
And would we have the pulling power to get him? Because Klopp's gone. If we went after him, say this time last season, and you know we're in what we're in, like the Champions League, and I'd say yeah, get him, and we will get him, but because of Klopp.
Yep.
Because Klopp, how many times has it been said Klopp is a powerhouse of pulling players in? Simple as that.
They would have to pay better wages now. I feel a lot of players came to Liverpool because of Klopp, and hence why they took the wages that were offered. This new guy, they're not really going to come to play for him. The badge, they will come to play for the badge and the wages. So it's going to be weird. I have to see what this guy can do in the transfer market.
Okay. Well, here's one for the comments, the chat. From Brian. Evening, lads. Let's go for a good show. And I heard the Uruguay-Mexico game as Aussie rules nets. Nunes Atra, my dear God, doesn't need any more time. They've been 2 seasons and not good enough.
Okay.
Yep. Well,
that's the thing with footballers. You either like him or don't, but the next fan might like him, but he won't like the guy you like. So it's like, that's football. But there's a player in him, 100%. And I can understand Brian's sentence on that because
frustration.
Yeah, it is. Like 2 seasons now. Last season's figures pretty good. Now we want to see him to be an out-and-out striker, you know, banging in goals.
Look at the assists.
He got a lot.
And if we never got any assists, where we would have finished?
Yeah.
You think about it, especially with leaking stupid goals in. All right, and he carries on by saying Ben Zoke, another Ramsey. Just unfortunate with injuries. Ain't going to happen now. Time to move them on. That's what he says. I'm going to go right down, see what. Even Youssef, Ben Zoke, Batatic, Ramsey are all injury prone. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And Norman says, I hope we are not going to be told that having Batatic back will be like having a new GM. It will.
Yeah.
No, we need a top one. No guarantees on Batatic injuries.
Exactly.
You're spot on. You're spot on, Norman, because I said it last season. The season before when Batatic got injured. I said, how long is the lad going to be out? And he was out all last season. Then he got injured when he came back, didn't he? And he was out again. And that's injury-prone players. Young Dunk, the same. I'm sorry, but Young Dunk. And Tony, treble 7. Frank, I think you're right about Dan's. I think he's super. I like his balance.
Okay.
I like his athleticism. And I like he looks for the ball. He actually looks for the ball and he doesn't hide. And he's got an eye for goal. I think he's great. That's just me. That's just me. And I think Tony as well. Mary says, we rate Darwin despite the popular opinion, says Mary Stan. She's asking, she's replying to Brian, actually. And Norman says to the Redbird, Redbirds, I seen goals. Oh, so I want him to do well. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
Have you seen them, by the way, JK?
I've seen. I wanted to sit down properly and watch it. I haven't had time today. I'm going to watch it later. His goals.
So well, you've seen the goals.
I've seen like the first one.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
Have a look. Honestly, they're good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like proper striker goals.
Yeah.
I know it sounds daft, proper striker goals. You know, like Jota type goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, proper striker type goals. That's what they were. And Redbird.
Yeah. He's back home. He's back home, probably met his family. You know, no pressure at Liverpool sort of behind him. He's playing for his country. Different animal, you know.
Yeah. The Redbird says, Darryl said Liverpool offer has been accepted for Edison, but I've not seen anything confirming that. Maybe it's hopeful thinking on Darryl's part. See, this is what I mean. You know, if you look at different pods, and someone say, I could say it. I could easily say that, say like, I know Chelsea, they have to get rid of players, 6 players, I think, and Everton and Aston Villa and, so on and so forth. They've got to get rid of them this season. Now, not this season, in the window when it opens. And it's just for that fair play rules, So they have to get rid of 6. Anyway, I could easily turn around and say Liverpool are going to sign Palmer. Now, I'm not saying any of our chat because they've got their heads screwed. I am being flattering you, but you know your score, you know the football, you know the score. Anyway, I could easily say that, and one of them could just go away and go, Liverpool are going in for that Palmer from Chelsea, and they'll get him. You see, it's so easy to look at another pod and say something like that, and it'll spread. It'll spread. Now, someone could have just came on here now, heard me saying that, and turned me off and gone on to another pod and gone, I believe Liverpool are going after Palmer and you've got a good chance of getting them. See what I mean?
Yeah. And this is what sort of frustrates me in that way, where we've lived with journalists our whole lives, they come out with this news on the back pages of newspapers and stuff, and fans will be getting upset. Oh, look, this guy said this, but it's lies, And what happened is they've gave us a chance to be journalists, for example, and they're doing the same thing. It's like ridiculous. Come on, be the difference,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. And Brian says, boys, just imagine if all our top players or even a few of them get injured and Arnie Sloot has to start the first few games without them. Won't be a great start. What has happened to Jurgen 2 seasons ago? It's happened to us. And that wasn't a good. I remember we were playing Fulham. They just got promoted. We was expecting to trounce them. And we ended up drawing 2-2. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a new manager, by the way, or a new coach. And the Redbird, he says, he's replying to Brian, I'd rather not imagine that scenario, otherwise I'll be having nightmares. We'll all be having nightmares. And Mary says, I would rather that Curtis and Gerald are left out and worry that Trent is there for England. So he is ours.
They have been left out, yeah. Curtis and Gerald, they're not going to the tournament yet.
I know that Grealish, Maguire, they're not going, are they?
Maddison as well.
Madison, they're not going.
Straight away, he sort of removed his England flag from his Instagram or something. It's like funny.
Who removed it?
Maddison.
Go away.
Yeah.
There's a lad, Liverpool supporter, and he has a little round thing, and it has the Union Jack. And I commented, I said, I got hold of him. And I said, are you a Liverpool supporter? And he said, yeah. I said, you're not from Liverpool though, are you? And he went, no. He said, how did you know? I said, you've got a Union Jack. Mm-hmm. You have a Union Jack.
There you go.
Anyway, Brian says, Murray Star, I get why fans still like him. He does offer plenty, but it's his basic stuff any player should be doing, giving it all. He ain't going to be a prolific striker for us. I'd love to be proved wrong. I think the majority, Brian, not getting at you there. Honestly, it's just opinions. I think he could be proved wrong on that score. What do you think, JK?
I was the same with Mane. I wasn't over the moon when we bought him. I just felt like he looked like a Man United player. I was so proven wrong. So sometimes in football, it's a good thing to be proven wrong. So I can understand him as well, because for me, Darwin sort of can frustrate you, as a striker. But for me, there is a striker in him. So I'm pretty okay with him staying another season,
Yeah,
I can understand what Brian's trying to say there, because
yeah.
when you want a guy like Haaland, Kane, who just score goals for fun, and you want Darwin to be that, and that's all it is.
Well, I think you're right there, simply because I was the same with you, and I think it was coming at the end of the season, or, at the end of the season, we said we've got to give him another chance, another season, and let's see what he can do. And I tell you, let me just go through these, and there's a couple of players who hasn't been mentioned at all. Never mentioned. It's always our forwards that have been mentioned, and we're always saying about getting in at DM. I'll tell you who they are. Murray stands, Brian, I suggest you watch the goals again. Darwin needs a shape that plays to his strengths. She's like our Francine. Francine's like that. He also seems to suffer during the time when key players were in. That's a very good. We've said that before, haven't we?
Yep.
JK, we've said exactly that, what she said about key players being injured. And this is why we don't like McAllister playing the number 6. He was snatching them. He was snatching at them.
But for me, Darwin, pre-injury, at the end when he got injured, he was on top of his game.
Yeah, he was.
He was playing regular. He was just on top of his game, and then he got injured. He wasn't the same player or person. He was just different. I don't know what happened when he got injured. But his energy just dropped big time, because when he came back from injury, he couldn't get into a game. He was subbed quite a lot as well. Gakpo was preferred before him. But for me, Darwin, top energy. Like, I wouldn't say he's like Suarez, but remember when Suarez came in, wasn't great from the start, but eventually he was the best player in the world at the time. And that's what we wish for our strikers, and I wish that for Darwin as well.
Absolutely, because and as happened to Diaz as well, if you remember, when he got injured. And you've only got to look at Jones. Jones was superb. Then he got injured.
Yep.
And it was hard for him to come back. It was hard for Diaz to come back, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And that's why I like the likes of young Kwanzaa, because he's a big lad. And he can ride tackles, he can tackle.
Yep.
And and he's still growing. He's going to be phenomenal in the back.
What a player.
That lad. He really is. And to keep Connate out, put it that way, kept him out.
I feel more peace when Kwanzaa plays than I do when Konate plays. So that's how I judge players. It depends on how I feel with him playing at the back more. He's very relaxed, and he's very Kwanzaa, man, very relaxed when he plays. What a player!
He doesn't panic. Never panics.
Never panics.
I forget what game it was in, and the fella went past him. into our area, on the left-hand side, and he followed him. He caught. It was such a shot, like the fella beat him. Now don't forget Kwanzaa, he was side on side on, if you know what I mean. And he had to get up to him within a short space of a few yards. And the ball went out. That's how good he is. He's so quick that you don't see the quickness because of his size. He's very, very quick. I was made up with that. Yeah. I forget what game it was, actually. And the Redbird says, I don't usually watch the Anfield app, but I saw George was on it. It was good.
How George as well.
Is that our George?
Yeah.
And he was on it last night, was he?
I'm not sure if I haven't seen it, but I think it is our George, yeah.
Because he was supposed, not last night, Tuesday, because he was supposed to be on here. And that's bang out of order if he has. And so you can tell him. That's bang out of order. Because he should have warned you and I, that he wasn't coming on.
I'm not sure what day it was. Or if it was a live. Do they do lives, Anfield Raw?
I don't know.
Because I don't really watch their videos, actually.
Bang out of order. I don't care people going on programs. But if they're not coming on here, just say, listen, I won't be on tonight. That's all. We expect that. I don't think any pod that has regular guests on gets told, someone just doesn't show up, if you know what I mean. I think they get notified that they wouldn't be on. Anyway. Yes, matey has good quality, but I'm just feeling it after 2 years. I really like the lad because he loves the club, fans, and gives it all, which is normally what I want, but I'm just too nervous for him. That's about Darwin, that is.
Yeah. I feel the same about Kanate when he plays at the back. A little bit nervous. So I can understand what Brian's saying. He isn't prolific enough, Darwin. He needs to be sharper, and he scored a hat-trick yesterday, so I'll have a look at the goals. So he has got it in him. Look at them 2 finishes at Newcastle, Bang. 2 goals, and he can do it. That chip against, was it Brentford? When Jota did the best assist of the season with that little header, and he ran through.
Now you've just mentioned the first 5 goals, right? First 5. And they were all scored away from Anfield.
Yeah.
Newcastle. The hat-trick last night, and that chip was a Bournemouth.
Yeah. No, Brentford, yeah.
Brentford.
I feel Darwin doesn't suit a possession-based team.
No.
He suits, when we play away from home, they're in charge of the game, sort of, the home team, they'll have more of the ball. So he suits that sort of game. I don't think Darwin would even score at Man City. He doesn't suit that sort of game.
No. I tell you, as I said, I was watching some games, old games. And when you look at, I was comparing, the old school type forwards for Liverpool. And I was looking at Torres. He was phenomenal. The goals he scored, phenomenal. Really. I was looking at the magic man. And that was Suarez. No one scored goals like him. He was incredible.
Yeah.
And yet, I was looking at Firmino, Salah, Mane. And albeit that Torres terrified any defence. It's Brian. Hello, Brian.
Hey, Frank, how are you?
Hi, Brian. Good to see
That's
you.
brilliant. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Just excuse
Oh,
this glare in the window here. That's what I hear they call that sunlight.
Yeah, I was that to say, yeah, we forgot what that's like
Yeah.
over there, isn't it?
Right. So, how are you feeling? How are things? It's been a while. It's been a
Oh,
minute.
Brian, it's brilliant to see you, really.
Likewise.
Oh, man, it's really good.
Yeah, good to see you,
You
Brian.
this, JK, don't you? And
Yeah,
it's,
JK, cheers. The mystery man, yes.
brilliant. We're just talking about, Darwin, because one of the lads came on and said that he terrifies me. And I've just been explaining that I've been looking at, today, that is, looking at Torres and Suarez.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just saying, Torres terrified defences everywhere, terrified them, because he was such a great player.
Yes.
Then Suarez, he was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And then I was just about to say, now they were two players, Torres, Suarez. But when we've had Firmino, Mane, Salah, the three of them terrified defences.
Yes.
They terrified them. That's why we won the Champions League. That's why we won the Premiership. That's why we won the World Club Cup. They were incredible players.
They played so well off each other.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just one man, the likes of Suarez or the likes of Torres terrifying defences. It was three of them, if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I agree. Yes, I love the triplets. Yes, the triplets, Holy Trinity, whatever you want to call them. Yes, I love the amount of chaos or the headaches they give defenses. I mean, it's just like pick your poison, right flank, left flank, or straight at the middle. But it's coming. So, I mean, they're it's incredible to watch. Absolutely incredible.
And we were so lucky to have them, for them players to be playing for us, and we knew that we'd score goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you another thing, and I think the both of you will agree, and the chat will agree as well. When we were playing Spurs in Madrid, and we got a penalty within the first 25 seconds or something stupid like that, there was a couple of minutes. Now this is the very first minute of a European Cup final. The ball gets put down, after all that, listening to VAR and players going over to the referee. And so there was a lot of gamesmanship, lots of it. And then who's standing there? Mo Salah. And I've always said that man to score that goal, to score that penalty, nerves of steel.
Yes.
I think it was, when you look at finals, when you look at goals in finals, and that goal, that first goal, took a hell of a lot of nerve.
Yes.
Honestly, it did, because how many other players would have just fluffed it? You've only got to look at Shevchenko.
Right.
Shevchenko. Pirlo as well. Pirlo, in Istanbul.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest midfielders ever. He fluffed it, against Duda. And especially Shevchenko, isn't it? He was taking that penalty to keep AC in the game.
You're right.
And his nerves are just, you could tell that it just went. And Duty, made the save, but it was a shocking penalty.
It was, but you kind of saw that. You saw his body language, his mannerisms.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
That was dead. He was dead man walking up to the penalty kick. So he's
Absolutely.
standing there, okay, all right, please, looking for a divine intervention. But yeah, funny enough, I saw I saw the video highlight of that. Dudek was a little off the line, just a little.
The Pirlo one.
Funny.
Big time.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? The Pirlo one.
Oh.
He's on the halfway line.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Unbelievable, right? Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll take it.
They gave the save, didn't they? The goal, the referee gave the goal. The save, rather. Right. We take it. But but could you imagine the nerves?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what I mean. Do you know if don't get me wrong with it. Like if Mo would have missed that would have lifted Spurs. That would have just gave them a big lift if that would have been saved, if he would have missed it.
And I think we still given them a lift, but I think we still would have beat them.
Oh right, we would have beat them. But what I'm saying, it would have lifted them.
Oh yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, good to see you. Hey, good to see you. Oh, amazing. We'll just go through some comments here.
Okay.
Right. And what's it? Hang on a minute. What's it that say there? Yeah, the Redbird says, at least I think it was Anfield. Anyhow, I only watched it to hear George Scott, the man, the legend. Yes.
Yes.
He is a legend.
He is a legend.
And Norman says, we only need 2 players really to improve the team. A defensive midfielder and a centre-half. Hopefully. Now, I don't know whether you were listening in before, but the pronunciation of slot isn't slot, it's sloot.
Sloot?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sloot.
Sloot.
So anyway, hopefully Sloot and recruitment team realise this and not have a reset, because these players from last season have had 1 year. Couldn't put it better myself. Okay, Brian, what do you think of that comment?
I would say 4 players, at least. DM center half, yes. Like to see 2 center halves. Like to see a fullback, either right or left. Someone who could play both. Or if you get a center half who can play one of the slots, okay, play slot, one of the spots, sure. But I definitely think we need, I would say, another forward. This is a clinical finisher, and if we can, well, it's almost 5. Okay, well, 5. Why not? Another mid.
I said,
okay, 4. Take away the mid, 4. But I think we definitely need another player up front. Love hate Nunes, I should say. I all but gave up on him last year. Some of his misses, and then he scores a hat trick yesterday. So,
this is what's been going on all the time on this chat. And I think it was Redbird. I think it was, who said, I watched him last night. Played well, scored a hat trick. And I'm willing to give him another year, another season. That was that. But we've all said, we've not just because of last night, by the way. No. Just give the lads another season. But last night he was playing. He wasn't running offside, if you know what I mean.
No.
And it was the way the system that that particular Uruguayan system played him, and they played him spot on.
Yeah,
He really did, and that's why he scored a hat.
It's almost like watching what Genie from Holland and Genie with us. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like he's just sublime playing for Holland, and then he's has his ups and downs here. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's a system. Whatever it is, I hope he finds a switch this year, and
yeah,
just plays like he did at Benfica, because there's 27 goals. I mean, we know the potential's there, but it's just maddening to see him just duff a sitter or whatever. So I really hope this is the year. And is Diaz going? Is Diaz going?
Well, we don't know yet, because you know there's lots of permutations about players staying and going.
Okay.
It's just what we're thinking of, to be honest, is JK would like Diaz to stay. I would like him to stay. And I've said this all along. When Liverpool, I'm not saying struggling or whatever, but when they were under pressure, the defence, anyone who had the ball always looked for Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball was lobbed out to him, because he went down to the opposition's 18-yard box, and that relieved the defence.
Yes.
That relieved the defence, to organise a game.
Mm-hmm.
And you've always seen that, especially with Virgil organising it while the ball was up there. You don't see that on television.
No.
And, so Diaz, would you like to see him? I'll go to there, JK.
Yeah.
Diaz, JK, would you like to see him stay?
See, with me with Diaz, it's like this. I never really liked the player, but I noticed his fight in the last half of the season. He was the only guy who was fit, him and Gakpo. So he had to hold the front line. He's on low wages. He's taking about 25 grand a week home. Hence why his dad kept on going on about he wants to go to Barca, he wants to go here, he wants this, because the guy is getting, when you look at the football wages, pennies. So I can understand why he was doing that. He's in his prime years, 27, and so he has to earn big wages now so he can live for the future. Because when you look at Marcus Rashford, he's getting 350 grand a week. Look at the work rate of Rashford. Look at the work rate of Diaz. Diaz's work rate is big time. The guy who don't stop running, he gets the ball, keeps hold of it, lets the defense get back into shape. So for me, if you sold Diaz, I wouldn't cry about it. But if you kept Diaz, I wouldn't be over the moon about it. He's there. So for me, he has to get more goals and assists. I think that's what a lot of fans look at, goals and assists. He's a winger, but he doesn't assist enough for me. But he keeps hold of the ball. And it's very important when you look at football now, how it is. It's very strategic. And he's the go-to guy when we want to get the ball to him so we can get back in shape.
Okay. All right. What about you? Would you like to keep him?
See, I'm ambivalent, Pat. I'd like to keep him. Just like JK. I won't be heartbroken if we move him. But I would like him to stay, because again, the last half of the season, he seemed to put the squad on put the offense on his shoulders and do whatever he could. But at the same point, it depends on who's coming in or who we have an opportunity to get. If it's someone like Kudus, I know it's a shot in the dark. Okay, then fare thee well, good luck, Godspeed. I like Diaz. I love what he's done for the club. I love the energy, but sometimes it's not enough. And I still stand by. I don't think he and Núñez still gel well together. I still think there's a clash of styles, or it could be too constricting on Núñez movement. But anyway, that's just my thought. But yeah, I'm open to either one. If he goes,
it's a genuine reply. I think You know, we're all like this, to be honest. Herbert Lamb's brother. I'm going to go straight to you on this. Sorry, Brian. You come in at the wrong time. What's this? We need to sell before we buy. So let's move on. Samikas, Kelleher, Jones, and Gravenberch, so we can compete back in the big cup again. Brian.
I like Samikas. I like it, but you know, he's. I think
I like Jones.
There's still a spot for him on the bench. Some of the lower cup games. Kelleher, well, he wants to play first team. He wants to go. And funny, I was talking to another group online. Now, a bold move would be, okay, given Allison's injuries, keep Kelleher, move Allison. That would be bold. I'd say, okay, wow, what a bold move if Liverpool did that. It won't happen. But to let Kelleher go and give Adrian a contract. Wait, don't they have that Czech guy, that tall Czech goalkeeper? Will he be the number 2 or?
I don't know. Do you know? See, we've given Adrian another contract.
Yeah.
So I tell you, who's a good goalkeeper. I was watching the under-21s. I don't know the lad's name. He's good, him. He's good, but I think he needs a few more years. A few more years. But he is good. He's very agile. He knows, he knows where the ball's going, if you know what I mean. But he needs. So I don't know. We might have to buy a second choice keeper. I think so. You know, then, so that's if he goes.
Okay, then that's okay. Then Kelleher can go. Then if we're buying a second team keeper, I've heard that person was it from Burnley or Norwich or whoever. I mean, whatever he did. Yeah, I'm okay if Kelleher goes. I'd like to see again, like Diaz. I'd like to see him stay, but if he goes, but he wants first team. You're ready to move Allison, okay, but you're not. Move Kelleher. Jones and Gravenberch, yes. Goodbye. Thanks.
Okay, and Gravenberch. So you would move Gravenberch on,
yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't move Gravenberch. Jones, for me, he's on his last chance. You know, stay fit, play games, show that you want to play for Liverpool. You know, you're from Liverpool. And that's what I think. And also another one, he's on low wages, Jones. How much is he on? 15 grand a week or something?
15?
Yeah, he's on real low wages, Jones. And he's been at the club for a very long time. And that's what, like, people don't really understand what the owners are like at Liverpool, that they pay low wages.
Oh, yeah. I know that. Yeah. We know they pay.
So when you see people like Jones, he's probably looking at Rashford, for example, who's on 350 grand a week. That is just crazy. And Jones last season before his injury, he was playing his best he has for Liverpool, you know. Got injured, never looked the same when he came back. Same as Darwin, same as Jota. So I think injuries sort of messed us up last season. But wages-wise, Kelleher, he's on low wages as well. And he wants to be number 1. I think Kelleher should have a buyback clause if we're going to sell him.
Yes.
That's the only way I would let Kelleher go. I think he's a good keeper. The only part of Kelleher's game I don't like is he lets goals in that are close to him.
Yeah.
That's the only Remember, Frank, we were on about it. That's the only downfall to his game. But with his feet, very good. Very good. He's got a good head on his shoulders, you know, Kelleher. And he's also on low wages as well. So a lot of guys probably want to get moved on to get better wages.
Yeah.
Especially Diaz.
And he's won cups, Kelleher.
Yeah. Diaz, you know, he's the lowest paid senior player, apparently. Oh, well, Jones is a senior player now, isn't he? But, you know, from all the people that we brought in, you know, the players that we brought in, he's on the lowest, like 25 grand a week, which is absolute, you know, for today's standard.
Oh, yeah, that's criminal.
That's pathetic. It really is.
Gravenberch is on 140.
Yeah.
A week.
40. Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, and he has his own lot, 25, or he brings that home.
He takes 25, about 25 home. He's on
Yeah,
about 50.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to go get paid. Yeah, he needs to go get some money.
Okay, right. Now, you said we need a DM, didn't you? Right.
Yes.
And Yusuf says, I tell you a lie, we're getting Bournemouth's second choice DM for a packet of Haribos.
Oh my God.
But apparently the big rumour, and it's not just coming out of like one person or one journal, is that Sloot isn't going to buy a DM. He's not going to buy. And I've said, JK said, the lads on here have said that the priority is a DM.
100%.
And that's, you know, it's just, what you think of, I haven't seen you since this new manager's come in.
Right.
What do you think of the appointments of Sloot?
I like it. I mean, he gets my full support. It's like, well, every manager, until they don't. No, I like it. He won the Eredivisie with Feyenoord, and he's pretty well respected. So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not Xavi, but you know, turn the page. You know, life goes on. But yeah, I support him.
So do you think that like he was first choice?
I don't know if he's first choice, no, but he's who we have. Yeah, he's probably.
See, the point is, Brian, we're Liverpool Football Club, and it's no use. You know, remember Kanchelski when he came, and Torben Piechnik, and Joe Cole. You know, these type players, and we were saying then, why are we bringing these players in? This is what we were saying, because they're not good enough, and they weren't good enough. And I've always said, if you want to be the best, you buy the best. And that's my argument.
Yeah.
When Klopp decided to go, I wanted the best manager out there that would come to Liverpool. That's what I wanted. And to me, he's got to prove himself, because he's only been in the manager's show for 5 years. Eredivisie is one of the weakest leagues in Europe.
Sure.
In Europe. The Premiership is the hardest league in world football. And he's got managers, not like over there, where he has to compete with, you know, one manager or whatever. He's got a list like that of managers to compete with. And that's the worrying sign for me. I wanted the best experienced manager.
Oh, sure.
You know, even in Europe, you know, a great experienced manager in Europe. I remember getting the Irishman, even Roy Hodgson. Look at the experience he had. Vast. He was even an international manager. Think of Switzerland, managed Switzerland or Sweden, one of those two. And he had vast experience in the Premier League. And he came in, done absolutely zilch. And then we brought in Rodgers, who had a year in the Premiership, and, you know, with Swansea.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even his team. It was Martinez's team that he brought, and he got through the back door.
Yeah.
And he done nothing with Swansea. Done absolutely nothing. Survived the Premiership. And then we made him manager. And I said on LFC TV, he said, you know, what you think? I said, we're not going to win anything with him. We need I said, "We're Liverpool Football Club. We've won 5 European Cups, and we brought in a very inexperienced manager, as in him." I said, "A year in the Premiership, and we brought him in to manage Liverpool." I said, "No, we're not going to win anything." This fella, when I was asked, I said, 5 years as a manager. 5 years, that's it. I said, he's inexperienced to take a top level job as, Liverpool coach. And then I was asked, well, are you going to get behind him? I said, no matter who the manager is, I get behind the team.
Sure.
I get behind it. I want Liverpool to win every game. But I got lambasted by a few people because they thought that I was going on about slot or shoot. You know what I mean? I wasn't. What I was saying was least experience. And especially, the Premiership is so bloody hard to compete in.
Yes.
To compete in.
And you hit the nail on the head there. Compete in. And I'm not going to turn this to a bashing session, but be honest. Two things. What top manager is going to follow Klopp coming here? And
that's
two,
what the big.
Given the reputation, or given the history, I guess, player recruitment acquisition by the club, and and the net spend, and you mentioned the low pay wages. What top manager is going to come here and take that on?
Yeah,
the ones you talk about. You talk about the creme de la creme, the upper echelon. Who's going to come in here and take that on?
Yeah, true. A guy who's probably dreamt of managing Liverpool, he will jump at that no matter what wages or rules are in that deal. So hence Hardy Slots come in. But I feel the bigger picture being Jurgen came into Liverpool, and Liverpool, the owners got Liverpool for 300 million. So Klopp took that 300 million value and turned it into like 4 to 5 billion.
Yes.
And then he was at Liverpool for 9 years. And I think when we had discussion on the last show about when a manager gets too big and the fans love him and he's bigger than the owners sort of get worried because the power is going towards that manager, I think Frank said it in the last show about Jose Mourinho. The fans loved him at Chelsea, but they got rid of him. Why? Because he was getting too big for the club. And I think football's like that. Businessmen don't want a guy in charge at a point where he's sort of getting bigger than them. Why? Because he can come into the office and say, I want this guy for 150 million. And because the fans want him, and that's the power there. Arne Slot won't come into the office on Monday and say, look, I want this £100 million player. Bruno Guimaraes, for example, from Newcastle. So for me, Klopp has done his job. He turned that 300 million to 4 to 5 billion. Hence why they sort of let him go and brought Edwards back in 2 days later. So a lot has been going on over the last season, actually even probably longer, But I just feel the way we've been run as a club in the last few months with the title charge, going for the Europa League, very unprofessional. I just want to know your opinion on that, Brian. Did you like the way Klopp's news broke, the way Arne Slot's name was sort of brought into the picture, the way Edwards walked back in? Did you like that in the middle of a title race?
No, I didn't. No. And as PR conscious as the club, I say leadership, ownership, management, whatever are, that was pretty ham-handed. It was poorly done.
Yeah, exactly.
It was almost like an FU to the club. If that bust-up story is true.
Exactly.
Sort of reminder. Okay, our love tap. Who's in charge? Or whose club is this? So. Yeah, I wondered about that because after that, the club just collapsed.
Big time.
Well, there's rumours again. You two, Mbappe. I'm fair. I swore, the other week, you would have never have come on again, Brian. You hear me? I kicked off, but over Mbappe, absolutely ridiculous. But
oh yeah,
Norman says, my sources tell me we're getting Mbappe. I can reveal my sources are HP, salad cream, and mayo. That's how bad it is. That's how. And, oh, that's the Red Bird says. That's the best quote of the night.
Yeah, and you win. My sauces.
Oh, there's ketchups everywhere.
There's ketchup everywhere. Yes, there is. So.
Yeah, man.
Give our Frank and JK a like, people. You know what makes sense.
Nice one, Redbird.
Thank you. And do you know what? It's strange, because I know YouTube, they keep taking subscriptions away so that you subscribe again, and I don't know why they do it.
Yeah.
I really don't. And Ali Noose, everybody's talking about Edison. Some people said we made an offer. Some people don't. I don't think we have. I'm being honest, because there's nothing coming out of Liverpool. There's nothing at all.
Yeah, because we don't really know Arne Slot as a manager, what type of players he likes, what sort of formation he's going to go with. We don't know too much about this guy, hence why we can't really link players. I think if Klopp was staying on from last season, bang, we would know 2 players he would sort of go for. So look, no one knew Szoboszlai was coming in, and no one reported it. No tomato ketchup here or there. No one said we're going for Szoboszlai. Boom, we just got him. And that's what I mean about FSG. They could do moves like that, but then allow Arne Slot to say, yeah, I'm going to be the new Liverpool manager. It's like really strange that how they kept Szoboszlai's deal behind the scenes, even McAllister to an extent.
Yeah.
So I don't like that way in the way the club is run. They run it like a chess game. I know they have to do that to keep it professional and make money, of course, but it's a bit too much sometimes.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I used to get so worked up over the transfer window, transfer season. Now, I'm just gonna wait and see what they get, so that way it tempers the excitement and the disappointment. So yeah, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Well, this pod's all about we debunk rumours, by the way. We don't come out and say, you or JK or anybody else doesn't come out and say, we're after this player, we're after that player. And, even the chat, they not look at that quote there before, or that comment. My sources are,
Yeah, right.
mayo and salad cream. You know what I mean? HP sauce. Because they're taking the Michael.
Oh, they
rumors. And we can't state who it is. There's some players that we'd like here, but we want the best. This is the problem. We want the best. And as I keep saying, as I've said before, on many occasions, the likes of Sloot, he's actually, for Feyenoord, he bought 15 players for €30 million. 15. That frightens me. So what kind of players? And I don't like data. I really don't. I'd rather look at a player, see what I'm seeing, if they're good enough. Not how many minutes he's on the field or.
Yeah. Well, they have somewhere in the algorithm. There's something about the physio room too, because we're hearing this player. Oh, we're looking at this player, that player. Okay, just come off an injury, like Chiesa. Some of the rumors, that guy from Italy. Yeah, pretty good goal scorer, but came up.
He's injury prone. He's injury prone. I've seen him.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd suit Liverpool.
Yeah, Chiesa. Yeah,
I've seen him. I watched Serie A, as you know.
Yeah. His fee's gone down as well, big time. That's what I read the other day.
Red flag.
That's why they said, let's connect him to Liverpool again. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like Bellingham. Bellingham was coming to Liverpool, remember? Everyone was saying, Bellingham's is done this, that, and the other. Klopp really likes him and stuff. But for some reason, he didn't sign for us, I think Van Dijk is the only guy I can really remember who we were heavily linked to. And we did get him. And we did get him, you know.
Yeah.
Like Van Dijk's news was sort of going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And bang, we got him. So that's the media world of football now. It's just tomato sauce everywhere, and people just want you to click on their news article to read something they probably made up, having a cup of tea or something.
Clickbait, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
What do you think of this, lads? I'm just going to get myself a drop of lemonade. Paul Turner, did you hear, just two comments. Did you hear from Blabbermouth Roy Keane saying Jurgen doesn't deserve a statue, right? And the Redbird says, who cares what Keane says? We don't. So, Brian, no, I'll go to you, JK. Do you think Jurgen Klopp deserves a statue?
Okay. For me, he deserves one because of what he did for Liverpool as a club, a city, and he's sort of, as I was saying on the show last week, that Jurgen Klopp is like a Liverpool fan, and now he's gone. We've got no one there in the club to fight for us fans of what to do right, you know. So, but for me, he deserves a statue because of, he got us the first title after 30 years, you know, and he gave us a sort of phase of domination in football. Everyone was scared of us, you know. United, Chelsea, Arsenal, all of them, even City, you know. Pep Guardiola used to come to Anfield when Klopp was there. He'd have nightmares. And no other team does that to him. And I believe that the way Klopp, if he was financially backed a little bit more, he would have at least 3 or 4 Champions Leagues in the bag, and along with another couple of Premier League titles. So for me, he earns a statue because of who he was, not because of the football side of it, because who he was as a human. Brian?
Absolutely, yes. He's done. Yeah, he's been the face of Liverpool for the last last 9 years, and I think our success we owe to him and owe to his system. And as you said, definitely, if he was properly backed, we'd have another 3 leagues, or have 3 leagues in a couple
Champions Leagues.
In a couple of Champions Leagues.
Mm-hmm.
What they did, he was not backed was criminal, but Roy Keane does what Roy Keane does. He's there to be controversial. He's there to create vocal flatulence and let him. You know, if he wants to prattle on or bleat on about Klopp doesn't deserve a statue, okay. Just
do you know what I think?
There you go, Roy. Yeah, thank you, Roy. Here.
Do you know what I think will happen? I think they'll name the likes of the Annie Road stand after them. You know, the upper tier.
With these owners, you believe that? Yeah?
Yeah, rather than a statue. That's what I think.
Okay.
Jurgen Klopp stand, you think?
Yeah. Just like the Kenny Dalglish stand.
Yeah. That's the Kevlin Road still. I know.
No, see, who's going to pay the money?
Yeah.
The point is, who's going to pay the money? And, you know, you've seen the body language of John Henry and Jurgen Klopp, and we all know that there was a big bust-up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Even his wife, Ulla, has a back turned to them.
Oh, rightfully so, yeah.
Yeah, has a back turned to them on the last day. And, you know, he was, as all know, I think he was brought his wife up like the kids, you know, the players bringing the kids up and bringing up whatever, which is great, you know, for the little kids coming on the pitch. And I think he wanted to say, bring his wife up, but his wife he ran down, and his wife had a back to Jurgen, you know, not to Jurgen, but to them.
Yeah.
And I really believe that she didn't want to know. And that said a big thing as well. That said a big thing for me personally. So
maybe she didn't like the way they handled the whole Klopp leaving sort of thing, you know, where Edwards came back in straight after the other guy as well who left, and he came back as well now. So is it Ward? Yeah. And so that's the body language showing disappointment in the way they behaved, I believe, you know. As As soon as Klopp said he was leaving, I just knew something's not right here, and that's going to mess us up. Straight away, he was like, this isn't right. Why is he telling us now? We're top of the league. He don't really need to tell us this now. If he won the league, of course, we would have been devastated. A few days later, he's made a video, he's leaving, of course. But we would have got over it because we had that league title as well behind that. What happened? We were in the top of the league, and some smart aleck decided, hey, let's make a video and tell the world that Jurgen Klopp's leaving. Pep Guardiola, Man City, Arsenal, they were all celebrating for a whole week. You know that, isn't it, Frank? Over social media, Jurgen Klopp's gone. They knew straight away we are done for. And look what happened. We sort of petered out of the title race at the end.
Terrible. We petered out terrible, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Anfield Road says Gravenberch, because there's a bloody fly in here. I hate flies,
Yeah, don't have flies. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, hate flies. Anyway, the Anfield Road says Gravenberch is playing well for the Dutch tonight also. But the man we should sign, who's free transfer, Frimpong, former Leverkusen man. Fantastic. Now, this is what we say. It's not like we're going after it. It's like players who, what about this fella? What about that fella? They'd be good for Liverpool, or he'd be good for Liverpool. This is what this pod's all about. Not like, see who we're going after, because they're rumours, and we take no notice of rumours. So Gravenberch, is playing well, but you mentioned there before, and our Francine always said this about Ginny. Ginny always plays out of position. It's that bloody fly. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to get you later on, fly. I'll get you. I don't like flies,
Yeah, I don't like flies.
Oh, they're horrible.
Horrible.
Filthy bloody things. Well, I'll have to shut my bedroom door and go in and buzz me all night.
But for me, Gravenberch ended the season well. He played better than what he was playing.
And he's only 22.
Yeah, he's young. He's been on the scene for a long time now. So
23 he is, that's all, the lad. So, I don't know. See, if we're going to keep players, there it is, if we're going to keep players, it's terrible, isn't it? We won't be bringing anybody in.
No.
We won't
put
bring
the fly in
anybody
DM. Bring the fly. He could play DM. He's everywhere.
Yeah, right. Well, that's been sort of the thing, though. I mean, you talked about Rodgers. When Rodgers came, the PR, the leak, or what Echo stenographer said. He doesn't want to spend. He wants to evaluate. Klopp doesn't want to spend. He wants to evaluate. And Sloot, whatever it is, he doesn't want to spend either. So he wants to some time to evaluate the squad. Like, well, that's what the video room's for. That's what knowledge transfer with the old coaching staff is for. They'll give you everything you need to know. So, again, I just hope they do. I lose these injury-prone players. Love Konate, but if he can't stay healthy this season, bye.
Yeah, bye.
And whatever you do, just go into the window with a sense of ambition and a sense of purpose. Playing these little games, making 3 offers, 5 million increments is not it. Just that's the play you want. Go get whoever it is.
Go get it.
Yeah. Again. With some ambition, or as a show of intent. Just that's how you treat it. So that's all I'm looking to this year. I'm not going to. I'll wait and see who comes in and holds a shirt up at the presser. But I don't know. Just
for me, for Slot to decide which players he needs to watch the games when we were top of the league, And then after we were top of the league and sort of realised what sort of happened in them games. For me, Endo missing. Went to the Asian games, got injured, wasn't fit when he came back, messed our season up. That's that one guy, you know. So for me, he should realise that now. Okay, we need another DM at least, you know.
Yeah, that's the operations fault. You only got Endo, and he was the last choice, last person coming in the window. Well, you should have planned this a lot better. So you can't blame Endo for that. I mean, I don't know. Again, we qualify for Champions League. What? Okay, is your intent to just finish top 4 again and keep the wheel spinning on European football, or are we actually going to look to take the belt from City? What's the intent here?
There you go.
Listen to this. Frank, George has disrespected the Carlyle. God's help, disrespected the Carlyle. God's help him. He'll be lost boy again if he isn't careful. George Scott. I called him, you know, like the book is about the lost Shankly boy, and I always said he's the found Shankly boy every time he came on here because he was on someone's pod. But the Anfield Rack, and I don't like that lot. I really don't. Not being funny, but I just don't like them. They must look in at this one, and they've gone, "Oh, we'll get George, you know, get him." Blimey. Anyway, let's talk football. I'm sorry. Oh, they are the Anfield Rock. Hello, Brian. Our brother from across the water. That's great.
Hello, Roar. Anfield Roar.
And
hello.
Norman. Hiya, Brian. And another Brian. Great to see you, Brian, mate. You never walk alone. Hope all is good with you and your family. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, see. So, you know, do you all remember you?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
The last time you were on, you were freezing, sitting in the back of a car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You were freezing. I know that you were at work that day, you know. But
dedication to our craft, Snicker.
See, it'd be all right now because it's nice and hot over there in Seattle. So you could have been sitting in the back of your car without freezing.
Oh no, it'd be like the Dutch boiler effect. It's pretty warm here.
So you know you're in the house with you.
Yeah, it's 67 degrees right now.
Yeah, the red
Fahrenheit. Don't ask me what Celsius is, but it's warm.
It's warm, yeah.
How's you do, Brian? A long time no see. Hope you're well, says the Redbird.
Nice
hey, Redbird.
That's lovely, that. So lovely. Jamie Phillips, he's well gone. No, that was him.
Jamie.
That was well gone. Jamie, sorry, mate. He'd be doing a show now. So let's get right down here.
Good show, by the way. Yep. But
Brian, no, but Brian, you know, he's been going on. He said he didn't like Darwin Núñez, you know, and he said, and he's still going on about it. I've been trying to be positive about him, but he shouldn't be missing those chances. Come on, maybe this will be the year. I pray I'm wrong. He's still going on.
But I truly understand him because I've been at that point sometimes with Darwin. I'm thinking, come on, bro. And then when he did that little chip against Brentford, I said, look, there you have. You've got it in you to do that. And that's what probably frustrates a lot of fans because you've seen it against Newcastle, them 2 goals, bang, bang. So you've seen it. He's got it in him. So that's why I sort of still support him because I've seen him do it.
Yes.
You know?
And as the Redbird says, though, you know, he says, Brian, not you, Brian. This is like Jaden. He's using his grandson's thing.
Oh, okay.
And he says, last season is gone. Let's agree to disagree and give Darwin another chance. If it doesn't work out, I'll be the first to say get rid.
Oh,
And
sure.
this is the respect that our lads and girls show each other,
Mhm.
if you know what I mean. Except George Scott going on to another channel. I'm only joking.
Oh, is he gone?
Now he hasn't
Brendan
gone.
likes Darwin. Yeah.
And the Anfield Roar says, lads and lasses is getting on here an hour later. Thank this that bloody flat. I've got it there, look. But he haven't got me thing. There it is. Oh, please let me get it. Please. Please. Oh, I missed it.
Sounds like Darwin.
I missed it. I should have used my right hand. Oh, blimey. Still, at least it's not in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I
When you
hate
were asleep.
flies in the bedroom. I don't know where they come from. I don't know where they came from. What's this? Do you know what, though? You know, like, you could have a window open that wide, like that wide, and they sneak in that way, like that. They just sneak in. And if you try to get rid of it and open the window that wide, it doesn't go out.
Right.
Big time. Exactly. He's mad.
And they don't understand English. You try to tell them to get out. They don't, and they just look at you and fly away. Anyway, Marie Stan, she's from Montenegro, by the way.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, Marie, yeah. And she says, Anfield Roar, she's talking to Anfield Roar. Anyway, lads and lasses, it's getting on here an hour later. Thanks, Frank. And Viva the CF Liverpool evolution will replace the Fenway Sharks ASP launched. So they're trying to get rid of oh, she's nice. Good night, Frank, Norm, Raw. And, they're all saying, oh, yeah, look, Darryl can speak Montenegro.
Yaros, that's his name.
Darryl, yeah, can speak, look, Yaros.
Yaros, yeah. That's the keeper. Yeah.
Oh, Yaro, I thought that's goodbye in Montenegro.
Oh, was it? Okay. No, that's the keeper. Okay, yeah. So what is a citizen of Montenegro? You call him a Montenegro, Monten. I don't know.
It says it's Black Mountain. That's what it means. It means Black Mountain.
Yeah. But are they Montenegrins, Montenegros? What I don't know. Kieran and I had a discussion about that the other night. Yeah, like what do you call a citizen of
mountain? That's all, and Negro's obviously black.
Yeah.
Montenegro, so it's Black Mountain.
So Black Mountaineers, Well, what's the word for Black Mountaineers then? What's
the word for? Oh,
okay, yeah.
I haven't shown you this. Yeah. Look at these. Right. There's an artist, and he's a football artist, cartoonist. Yeah. Got to show you these, Brian.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Oh, cool is that?
That's very cool.
Frank, get onto this one.
Oh, nice one.
Oh, cool is that?
Oh, that is great. So who's this artist? Is this a friend of yours? Is this a listener?
No, I don't know. George Scott got me them some and sent them up, Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
So I've got a surprise for you. Anyway, Ali Noose is from, he's our Romanian friend, he comes on. And he says, I don't know who made the salaries, but that guy sucks. How can Gravenberch more than double than Robo and twice more than Diaz? How Adrian can earn more than Diaz? How is this even possible?
Exactly. It's ridiculous. How can Diaz get? So Gravenberch is getting nearly 3 times what Diaz gets. Because Gravenberch 140, Diaz 50. It's like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But that's the Alfred Ross. Ali Nuska's agents, obviously, Diaz hasn't deserved a wage. His goal return is lousy.
Yeah, his goal return and assist is lousy, but work rate is up there.
Yeah, the work rate is incredible.
But he's not really there to score, though. He's right there to disrupt defenses and
keep the ball.
Keep the ball. Occasional 10, 12 goals. Yeah, that's sort of his niche. But to set the plate for others. I mean, create the situations for others, and just like Mane. Mane wasn't exactly a goal scorer, but he created opportunities like a madman. So that's.
But I was watching the old what game was it? Man City game today when we beat them 5-1 and at 3-0 at Anfield, and Mo Salah scored, right? And it said 7 out of 9 games. You know, that comes up. Like 7 out of 9 games. And when Mane scored, it said 7 out of 7 games. You know, that was 14 goals in 9 games. It could have been 7 games because, you know, Mane could have been injured for 2.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But 9 games, 14 goals between them. That's incredible. Return. Incredible return. That's just 2 players.
Yeah.
Would you allow Salah to leave, Brian, if a big fee came in from this summer?
That's a good. But again, who do you have waiting in the wings? You have to have someone. There's Bakayoko person. Again, what the name's been disputed about. I don't know. I have to see who's waiting in the wings or who they have a lock to bring in. But otherwise, I'd say I'd be open to moving him if like say no Simon or if which won't happen, or they have someone world class caliber who can knock goals in. Yeah.
But Salah's figures last season, how many get 19 Premier League goals? Or was it 18? Still up there.
Oh yeah. But that's the thing. You replace 19 goals and replace those opportunities. So
can you do
that? Well, it's a good point you bring that because going back to Diaz versus Mane. Mane was good for 40 goals this season. Again, created opportunities and disruption and all of that. Is Diaz? Does Diaz still up there? Does he provide that? I don't know. So
he don't. Like for me, Diaz is just that ball carrier for me, nothing else. You know, I believe when he plays on the right, because he's on the right, he will beat a man and maybe get a cross in and score goals. I've seen him play against Arsenal in the cup. Different player, and I'm not a big fan. Like Salah, he's left-footed. In the old days, if you was left-footed, you're playing on the left wing, not on the right wing, because that wasn't even thought about in them days. And
well, that's Arjen Robben.
Yeah, like Arjen Robben. Yeah. So for me, football's changed so much that wrong-footed players are playing on the wrong side. You know, I want my winger to beat his guy and get the ball in for our number 9. Darwin doesn't get the surface to get them goals. That's why people don't understand. You know, Salah does get goals from that side. Don't get me wrong, but he could get more assists if he was playing as a left winger.
Well, the Anfield Road says our club will be signing quality. We always do. I think Ederson is a flash in the pan, like the Moroccan at Man U. We will be signing elite players, not one-season wonders. That's what the Anfield Road says. And
no, Amrabat's good.
But Ali says, I don't agree. Not smart business to give 7 million to Gravenberch. This is the like from before, and 5 to Robbo, who is one of our best players every game. Diaz have an 18 GA this season. For example, Rashford have 13. So, you know, he's been playing better than Rashford. See, these are all bloody stats which I disagree with, by the way.
Rashford gets 7 times the amount of money Diaz gets.
Yeah.
Look at that. Crazy.
But that's the thing. I want Diaz to get his money. If he has to go elsewhere to do it, then hey, go get paid.
Get paid.
Yeah. And back to that other comment on here earlier, saying we were talking about doing a few quid a week. No. Well, in the scale of football, what's the average length of a career, whatever? He has what? It was like 37, 38. If he's 34, 37. That's not a long way. He's got to bank that to live the rest of his life on. So yeah. I say, hey, go get yours. So anyway.
Well, Ian Max says the Flying Frank's room is our new signing. Good on the wings. Well, I've got monitors in here, not just this one here. And it's got here breaking news. Want me to read you it?
Go on then.
Go on.
About Liverpool. And it says, breaking news, Liverpool about to sign Taylor Swift.
Yeah, they have. To do 4 shows or something now.
Yes, you can't wait to get her back with the lads after the first match, she said. You know who Taylor Swift is, too?
Yes.
She's appearing at Anfield next week.
Oh, is she?
I think so, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
she's appearing at Anfield. They've done all the thing up and everything, you know.
Yeah. Oh, well,
covered the pitch,
enjoy the show.
Someone asked me, honestly, someone rang me up 8 months ago. I said, hey, Frank, can you get tickets for Taylor Swift? I said, who's that? He went, I forget it.
She's here. Yeah, she's here in Seattle for 3 days and created all sorts of traffic headaches for we locals. But again, fair play to her. She's getting her billions, so you know.
Yeah, she's a puppet as well, though. You know, these ain't really pop stars for me. The new modern age pop stars are all puppets for this, that, and the other. Right. Who gave her the right to come and sing at Anfield? Come on, man. It's like, come on. Why are you letting her? And even Elton John came. Come on. You know, these sort of weird artists coming to Anfield, man. They need that. Send them to Man City or somewhere. You know, go and perform there. They got a nice stadium.
That's money for the economy. That's money for Liverpool.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna see that. We're not gonna see that on the pitch.
It's not our cup of tea, you know. I don't get it, but you know, hey, but if she comes there and that's nice infusion of cash for the city, hey, take it.
Well,
fill potholes, clean the streets, you know, whatever good deeds you can with it. So.
Well, the Anfield also is talking to Ali Noose. I'd expect your point, my friend. This is about Diaz. I'm not a Diaz fan. If we got 80 million for him, I'd snap their hand off. I think that's what they're waiting. I think they're waiting for a big
fee.
Yeah, big fee. And I think he'll go. You know, if they get a big fee. If they get a big fee, they'll go. He'll definitely go.
Then we'll get a £35 million winger instead. You know what I mean? We'll do that. That's what we'll do. Something like that.
Oh no, we'll get that winger for Leeds for 25 million or 30 million. Then some 16-year-old from 16-year-old from what some league in Eastern Europe, and they'll send him out on loan.
No.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want Somerville. I don't want Somerville.
No.
I want better players than him.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. You know, if we're going after players, we have to go after. I think we'll make one marquee sign.
Okay.
That's what I think we'll do. We'll make one marquee sign to keep fans happy, because it's no use bringing in players who fans will go, well, are they better than what we've got? You know what I mean? If we're going to buy a player, we've got to buy a player better than what we've got, especially for their positions. Don't forget that the likes of Thiago's going to matter. Yeah. And there'll be a few others going as well.
Yes.
In my opinion. And this is what I didn't want. another transition period coming into a new season, and I think that's what will happen with new system, because that fella, I'm not being funny, he won't be able to fill in the shoes of Klopp, Jurgen Klopp. I don't think anyone will. Jurgen Klopp, to me, was the best manager in the world. He had little financial clout, and look what he did. And when he brought players in, we discussed this, Brian, JK and I, he moulded them into world-class players. You mentioned Mane before. He moulded them into a world-class player. He moulded the likes of Phil Coutinho into a world-class player. That's why 140 million was spent on him. So, these players, look at Robertson. He came from a relegation side, Hull City.
Yeah.
And they got him for buttons. And look what he moulded them into. This is Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone is like that. I don't think anyone is like that. And one of the lads said on there that George Scott was talking about the parallel between, well, he said it on here loads of times, between Shankly and Jurgen, and they were the same. They were a mirror image of each other. Because he loved the city, he loved the fans, he loved the club, and he was so strong. And he did support Liverpool. You only got to see his actions when he first came. Then he was told to calm down instead of running up and down the touchline, the little track when we scored. So that's what kind of a man. He's a very emotional man. Is Jurgen Klopp.
Right.
And I don't think you'll see another one like him. I really don't.
Well, look at Dortmund. I mean, he's been gone for 9 years, and the fans still love him. So
Oh yeah. And he was heartbroken leaving them. But the truth will never come out.
No.
There's a lot more to it why he left, because you don't turn around and say in one breath, same sentence. He said, I didn't want to leave, but I needed to.
Yeah.
And he would have fulfilled his contract. He had a year to go on his contract. And his wife, Nuala, was persuading him to do another 5-year contract. And he never said no to it. He never said, no, I won't do it. I want to go. He never said it. So, what's that telling? So there's something more to it, and it won't come out. It won't come out.
Well, that's all the reason why you can't find wouldn't find a top tier coach like that, or a world class coach or manager to replace him. Because one, you're following a legend, and two, how many other managers out there can make like you said, a Robertson, Mane, or this? I mean, a manager goes to the board. I want to sign this 60 million player. I want to sign this whatever player, and then they come back. Well, no, here's 10 million for a fullback and 30 million for a central defender. Make it work.
Yeah,
I mean, not many will do that. So,
Well, anyway, we'll finish on these last few things. The Ali News says he's talking to Anfield Road. I think the same about Salah now. For me, Diaz is a very important player in our team. Every coach will play him. That's my opinion. And
one of Klopp's favourites for me, it was him and Salah. They were the first two probably in their positions going to play.
Yeah. Which is good, you know what I mean? Which is good, because no matter how we look at things, football especially, we all love our team. Brian comes all the way over from Seattle, for God's sake, to go to the game. Think about that. I've got mates there who travel all over. They go to every single Premiership game and every game in Europe. They go there, home and away. One lad, Stephen Metcalf, he missed in 42 years one game. And he said, well, I'll come back. He said, I'll go to the match and come back. Or, they said no. And it was a wedding. It was a wedding. And he said, well, we'll get married and, I'll go save the match.
Honeymoon.
I think they were playing down the Midlands somewhere. One match he missed in 42 years.
Yeah, dedication.
And that's what I'm saying about our lads. About our lads like Brian. Jumping on a bloody plane, flying over here, going to a game, and then flying back. It's incredible what our lads do. It's incredible what these lads do. And girls on the show, it's just fantastic. And the Anfield Roll, look. Great show again, Frankie and guests. Look at all the thumbs up. Look at all the pints and things and everything for us. So that can't be bad, can it? Hey, Scotches and pints for the boys.
Nice one, Uncle.
And as Ali, the Romanian friend says, that's a diehard fan, real fan, respect. That's to you, Brian.
Oh, thank you.
That's lovely. Brian, will you come on next week?
Next week should be good, yes.
I thought you was going to say, I'll be flat. This is the only man who's got more air. Good job that there's not a little ticket that's about air miles. He'd win. He'd win. Honestly, a trip to Venus and back. He would. With the air miles, he'd choke up because he's always on a bloody plane. Going all over America on his business. But anyway, you're definitely back for us next week.
Yes,
right?
yes. I'll be back next week.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, thank
you. If you can make it Tuesday, if you're doing nothing Tuesday, that's no problem. It'd be fantastic to have you on. And with George Scott will be with us next week.
Oh, George, okay. Well, Tuesday's a bit of a challenge, but yeah, I'll do my best to make it.
Okay. No, I think that'll be fantastic. Even if you came on a little bit late, that's no problem.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. And JK, anyway, I'm not going to ask you because you're already on. But don't forget, Saturday morning.
Sound right.
All right. And we've got the film and TV review show. That's what we do on a Saturday morning, Brian. Reviewing films and things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All kinds of films.
I see there's alerts come up on you, but like Frank Carlyle, so that's one. And I will, I've caught maybe one or two of them. You were talking about some movie. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry, one film.
No, it'd be good, if you could. You could, because you used to do that for me years ago, didn't you? Yeah, you did. So listen, that's when we had the ordinary show anyway. So listen, chat, thank you so much. Without you, honestly, without you, there'd be no show tonight. They really wouldn't. And, as TW says, thanks, gents. Great show.
Nice one, bro.
We're called gents. How about gents? I want to get that fly today. I don't like going to bed with flies about, but I'll get that. Do you know what? I think I'm cracking up because there was a blue bottle once, in my living room.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I can't even run. And I was trying to catch it. Anyway, genuinely, I remembered that the lady upstairs who lives above me, lovely lady, last year she brought me a can of fly spray.
Yeah.
And I stood in the middle. I remember it, and I got it. I got it out of the cupboard. I had everywhere shut. And I went like that, and I looked at it, and I went, it was flying around, and I went, I knew it'd be back for you. Fly, you're going to die today. And I'm spraying it like that. And it took ages for it to die. But I got it. I got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe
this
God
is-
sent it to keep you fit, bro. Maybe God sent that fly. So you know what? I'll get Frank fit. I'll run around his house.
Absolutely.
We'll get him sorted.
Yeah, well, this is it. You see, I just don't honest.
That's what we
I
should
know
do.
it
We should send
sounds
Frank
mad,
some
yeah.
chopsticks. So you walk around and try to
Trying to get it.
Yes. Right.
Honestly, that's what I was doing. Brain is everywhere, you know. There's goes out my throat and everything. But I got it in the end. Brilliant. It was made up. And there's Jamie. Jamie. How are you, mate? There he is. Big up, guy.
Yes, Jamie, yes.
Jamie. Jamie. You want to get onto his podcast? He has a podcast with the lads. Brian, honestly, it's called the Jamie Phillips Chat. I'll show you what he's on.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yep, there he is. Jimmy Phillips Football Chats. Yes.
He is there. It's really good, you know. It really is a good show. Every kick is a good show. Yes. And there he is, look. No, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
I had him on the week before last. George Shepton. So I had him. And there's our lost Shankly boy. Now he's the wonderful found Shankly boy. Which is good.
Hey, so is Howard Gale bumping around town? You know him?
What?
Do you know Howard Gale? Is he still around town?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm doing something. I'm doing a very special thing about Liverpool. Not about the club, but about the city. You know, I'm doing it. And anyway, it's going to be great in the summer. And I'm going to talk to 3 footballers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, hopefully, will be Howard Gale when we approach it.
Okay. Cheers.
That's because me and Francine, I gave a talk in the boot room up at Anfield a few years ago.
Nice.
And he was sitting with us, Howard. Howard Gale. And anyway, he's sitting there, just me and Francine, you know, and everywhere else.
Yeah.
And you were like that. There was people behind me, there were foreigners. There were foreign football team like behind me, the mic's here, and I'm trying to talk. Mm-hmm. And now he stood up and went, "Shut up, Frank's talking." And they all went, and I went, thanks. And Jamie says, "Hope you're well, guys." And he says, "How's the back, Frank?" "It's getting better, Jamie, thank you."
Good.
It's getting better. It really is. I've got this other bloody thing now called precardiac itis or something like, you know, it's that long medical term.
Okay.
So I've got that, you know. So I'm going to a party on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Me and a party. Well, anyway, please, lads and girls, thank you so much. I wonder if Jamie's still there. Hey, Jamie, are you having a midnight show tonight?
Is it? I say it's midnight, isn't it?
Yeah, he has a midnight show sometimes. But sometimes I've been very, very tired and just gone to bed, you know, because I'm on that many bloody tablets.
Yeah.
Anyway, he mightn't be there. He might have just gone there. So listen, chat, thank you so much. Love yous all. Yeah, love even the Ali Noose. He says, have a good night, all. See you next time, 12:47 a.m. here, working tomorrow.
Take care, bro.
Thank you.
Yes. I better get back to work now. I think about it. I'm about to get paid for a meeting. So,
all right.
But yeah, but
nice to see you, Brian.
Yeah, likewise, JK. Thank you.
Oh,
Likewise.
Brian, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.
Yes.
JK, thank you. Chat,
Okay.
everyone, thank you so much, and I'll speak to you all soon. Next Tuesday for the football show. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now. Bye.
Right.